Hello everybody, Film Fan 108 back with you again for another Netflix Nights Thoughts review number 3. Yes sir, indeed. And this time I am sharing my thoughts on The Blackcoat's Daughter. Came out in 2016, and before I get into this review, I just want to say I'm going to be doing spoilers. So, if you haven't seen the movie yet, turn this off, go and watch it. If you have Amazon Prime, it's actually free to watch through Amazon Prime. That's how I watched it, so I suggest you watch it through there. If not, I'm sure, it's a few dollars, something like that. So, I will be sharing spoilers. You have been warned. Here we go. So, I'm looking at the screen right now, and what does Amazon Prime give us for a synopsis? Let's check. 2 girls must fight a mysterious evil force at a deserted prep school in this terrifying horror film. That's all they give us. So, is it good? Is it bad? My opinion was it was pretty decent. It actually really was. This film is directed by Osgood Perkins, who is the son of Anthony Perkins, star of Psycho and many other films that he's done in the past. Of course, Psycho being the most recognizable of them all. And I know he has another film on Netflix right now, which is I Am the Pretty Girl That Lives in the House. I believe that's it. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know if it's good, if it's bad. I don't know. But this was actually his first feature, and I wanted to watch it. I've been hearing some interesting word about it, and it used to be called February, but he changed it to the Blackcoat's Daughter. I don't know why. I'm not sure the reason, but he did. So, I don't know. I like the title. That was not bad. To just sort of give you a certain sort of background on the movie is that basically one of the girls is sort of one of those bad girls, but she's also responsible, and she thinks that she might be pregnant, most likely being pregnant, and that this changes her whole outlook on life. She may get an abortion. She's not sure what's going on. All the while, there's this younger girl whose parents may or may not have passed away. You're not sure. It sort of reveals itself over time in the movie. And basically, it's going to be parents' weekend, so parents are taking their kids back to their place, and they're going to enjoy time with their parents, and she's not going to have her parents with her, and so the older girl is going to watch after the younger one, because those two, other than maybe a couple of the teachers / nuns that are at this prep school, they're going to be around, so she's going to take care of her. All the while, there is another story going on with a woman who is, she's escaped from somewhere, and basically this older man asks her if she wants a ride, and she agrees, and through that it sort of unfolds into what's going on with her story. So you got 3 different females, and their storylines and what's going on with them. It's a horror movie, it's a thriller, most importantly, it's a slow burn. So if these are not your type of movies, if you are somebody who doesn't like these slow, okay, we got to get into it, we got to go for it, you may not like this. So just off the bat, if you don't like the slow burns, this might not be for you. For me, I don't mind a slow burn. It's not too bad. It's got points where you're kind of like, okay, speed it up, come on. But you could say that with a lot of slow burn movies. This is not an exception to the rule. It's with all of them. As far as the performances are concerned, you got three great leading ladies. You got Emma Roberts, who actually, this is the second straight film I've liked Emma Roberts in. Not so long ago, I watched her in the movie Nerve, and she was really good in Nerve. I thought, man, she's actually not bad. I thought, usually I'm not a fan of Emma Roberts, but she's actually pretty decent in the movie, to be honest with you. Better than I thought she was going to be, because I thought she was going to be real trash, but no, not at all. She was actually pretty good. And you got Kiernan Shipka and Lucy Boynton. I hope I'm saying those names right, because, boy, I could really butcher names. But all these three women do a solid job. They're awesome. The acting is great. And you really tell that the director got great performances out of them. In fact, the movie looks great. Overall, Osgood Perkins did a great job with this movie. You could tell. It's just he even though it was a first-time filmmaker, you could tell he knew what he was doing. And, sometimes first-time filmmakers, their movie can be a little amateurish. No, this one was great. It felt like he really knew what he was doing, and I was impressed. I'll see what the second movie he does is like, so I don't want to jump the gun, but, so far I'm impressed. And as the movie goes on, what happens is that basically these females, their stories start to come together more. And what you end up finding out is that the younger girl who is being looked after by the older girl, she is possessed, or something has taken over her body, like a Satan or a demon. It's not really explained exactly what it is, and you're not really sure what's going on, and you're like, oh, okay, I think she's possessed by Satan. I don't know, but I'm gonna guess. And all the while in the story with the older woman played by Emma Roberts, you come to find out that the older couple that picked her up and is driving to their destination, they are actually the older girl's parents from the first story. And that they say that the older girl, their daughter, has passed away. So already we realize that in the tale with Emma Roberts that it takes place in the future, about 9 years or so into the future from where the first story is. So you already know that wherever the first story goes, the older girl's gonna die. That's inevitable. She's dead. As far as that story is gonna tell us, she's gonna die. But what you don't find out later on is the fact that the younger girl who gets possessed and ends up basically killing 3 people, including the older girl, that in the future she is Emma Roberts, and that Emma Roberts has escaped from a mental hospital or a mental institution, and that just out of the most bizarre coincidence of all time, she ends up meeting up with the parents of the girl that she killed, and they didn't know it was her, and she eventually kills them. And in doing so, I guess maybe she's been set free, or honestly, I don't know. I think the ending's a little bit confusing to me. It's a little bit confusing whether or not she's redeemed by killing these people, or whether she's going to be inhabited by the devil again. I don't know. It's kind of a bizarre movie at the end. You're not sure what's going on exactly. They don't tell you a lot, and I don't mind movies that don't tell me a lot. I'm actually fine with it. But this one was kind of like, give or take. It could have been good, it could have been bad. Again, the movie is still good. And the ending, even though it's slightly confusing, doesn't take away from the fact of the great performances, the great directing, the cinematography was great. Everything is working in this movie's favor. And I think that's a good thing. Would I recommend this movie? For a curious person like myself who wanted to watch it, sure. I absolutely would do it 100%. I would watch this movie, and I would get enjoyment out of it. I did get enjoyment out of it. It's not a great movie in that you're going to go back and watch it multiple times. You're going to watch it that one time, you're going to be curious about it, you're going to go ahead and say, this is a really interesting movie. But I don't know if you're going to revisit it a lot of times. I certainly won't. I don't think I will. I definitely want to watch the second movie that he did, which is on Netflix streaming. I want to watch that movie. I want to see how he grows as a filmmaker. And if he can grow and learn from this movie, maybe about story structure, because again, the story is good, but it gets a little bit confusing. It sort of goes back in time, and then it goes forward in time, and then it goes back again, and then it goes back even further to tell you a piece of information that they should have told you already, but they forgot to. It felt like it's just very weird, and he just needs to learn to kind of figure out the editing a little bit, the story structure, and I think he's got it. I will say this much: from what I hear, his next movie, which is on Netflix, it's a very dark ending, kind of like what this movie is. So this director likes dark endings, which I'm okay by. I'm 100% fine with. I have no problem with dark endings. In fact, some of my favorite movies have dark endings to them. So it's not a bad movie by any means. I definitely recommend you go out and watch it. And, if you're a fan of Emma Roberts, give it a try. It's definitely different than what she's been doing before. It's not like American Horror Story, at least her character really isn't. It's not like Scream Queens. She's definitely, I think, doing a better job acting-wise in this film than I've seen her do in a while. If you like slow burn movies, it's a recommend. If you like dark ending movies, it's a recommend. But overall, yeah, I didn't mind this little horror flick. I didn't mind it. And I'm glad at the end of the day that I watched it. So that was my thoughts on the Blackcoat's Daughter. And I hope you liked the small little review, my thoughts. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button on the bottom and you'll get more reviews and thoughts just like these. Alright guys, I will see you later. Take it easy. Bye.